Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited for everyone to meet you, for everyone to hear a little bit about the series and ask any questions and whatnot. So for those of you who have not checked out the blog today, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. So today on the blog, we launched a brand new career memo series in collaboration with Lauren McGoodwin of the Career Contessa platform, website, amazing, amazing resource for working women. You know, this has been one of my most requested topics to post about since the day I started, you know, the blog.
I'm sure.
I've always wanted to do it. Yeah. Especially because of the blog's sort of roots in workwear.
Yeah.
That's a topic that I cover a lot. I've always wanted to do it, but I wanted to do it in a unique way, in a way that I felt was really valuable. So, of course, after meeting you over a year ago when we did that fun webinar together, the idea really crystallized in my mind to sort of do it in this conversational way. And I felt that it would be much more helpful and much more sort of powerful to bring two perspectives to the table, two sets of experiences, you know, mine from New York, yours from Los Angeles, especially because I think that whenever I broach any of these topics, especially when it comes to workwear, you know, workplaces vary so widely. And so I thought that it was especially valuable to have another perspective and to kind of bring that duality to the audience. So anyway, I hope that everyone checked out the series or the post today. We talked all about workwear, about how to determine whether something is appropriate for your office. And you know, one thing that I do want to mention is that while we did start on workwear today and we talked about style, we will be talking about all other career, all the things going forward. So definitely let me know if there's a topic that's sort of related to career and workplace challenges that you'd like to hear our thoughts on. But we have our own laundry list of things that we're excited to talk about as well. So Lauren, I wanted everyone to get to know you a little bit tonight, and I was wondering maybe you could start by just telling everyone about Career Contessa and how you started it.
Great. Well, if you haven't visited Career Contessa, get to it. No, I'm just kidding. So we are.
What are you doing?
I know. What are you doing with your life? So we're a career site for women, and we started in 2013. And prior to that, I was a recruiter. And prior to that, I had a job I absolutely hated. So I've been on both sides of the hiring table, and I wanted to start Career Contessa because when I was a recruiter, I realized there was so much unknown when you're actually applying for a job. I'm sure any of you that have put on, or, sorry, I'm just reading the comments here. I'll get a little closer. Maybe there will be less of an echo when I get a little closer. So I wanted to start a career site because as a recruiter, I realized, wow, there's so much unknown about how to apply for a job. It's like the Wild West out there. And then as I was launching Career Contessa and I got a little further into it, I realized, oh, it's not just job search. It's all the other stuff that comes with, you know, like getting a job is actually, when you think about it, it's like a transaction. Like you got the job and now you have to be successful there. And there's so much other stuff that happens. Like Mary said about other topics we're going to cover, there's like a laundry list, right? Because it's how to thrive in there, how to be successful, how to network, how to find a mentor, how to find a sponsor, like whatever. The term is always changing. And so what I really missed was having kind of a career center or a hub that I could go to and get all my career answers and sort of have this trusted advisor. So Career Contessa is that for women in the workplace today. We will help you with everything from figuring out what you want to do, how to find a job, to how to be successful in that job. We feature companies that support women in the workplace, so you can apply directly to work for employers that you know are going to be great places to work. We have a career coaching platform. So again, it's a one-stop shop for your career. I'm really passionate about helping women build successful careers and however you define success. So, you know, there's a little bit of everything on there. And Yeah, and I'm so happy we get to bring this career advice to your audience, Mary, just because I'm not surprised that they're, you know, thinking about this stuff. And it's actually really great to have the dual perspective. You and I always laugh, like, you're the New York, you know, finance background, I'm the LA tech background. And yeah, like I said, the career world is sort of the Wild West. And I think anytime you can learn from other women who have been there and done that and share their stories, that's what we're all here doing, you know? And so yeah,
it's
that's
so true.
very
And like I said, I've been such a genuine fan of Career Contessa even before I knew you. And I think that, you know, again, my background before my husband and I started Trove, are people still getting an echo? I'm getting an echo now.
I don't get an echo.
Okay. Maybe it's just me. But before starting Trove, I worked for over 4 years on Wall Street, and especially being in a very male-dominated industry where there were not a lot of women to look up to, not a lot of senior women to sort of model not only your behavior on, but your style, everything, the way that you approach your day-to-day. I think that the Career Contessa website is just such an important one and an amazing one. So on behalf of working women everywhere, I thank you.
We are doing our best, and you're right. It's funny. The company I was working for, there were no female leaders, and that is kind of a moment that really shakes you. And I think especially now in the current landscape, it really shakes you. So, you know, we need our own career site. We need a place where we can talk about being the minority in the boardroom, the pay inequality, the quote unquote motherhood penalty. Like, we need these things. So, happy that we get to have a voice on your site as well.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's an honor to have you, honestly. I'm so excited. Okay, so I want to get into some very, very important things. Yes. I have some important questions for you.
The most important.
The most important, and now I have to like find my little list here. Okay. Some rapid fire questions for you.
Yeah.
Question number 1, what are you binge watching right now?
So I know I'm like 2 years late to this, but I'm binge watching Good Girls Revolt on Amazon Prime.
Oh my gosh, I've seen that. I've watched it. I really like it, and it got canceled,
right?
I
cannot believe that. So
how sad is that?
The guy who, I know. So apparently they might be bringing it back. So if you guys haven't watched Good Girls Revolt, go watch it because
it's so good.
That will help. Apparently the guy at Amazon who cut it loose has been cut loose because he was inappropriate. So fingers crossed. Okay. Yeah, so fingers crossed that somebody will bring it back. But yeah, Good Girls Revolt, it's amazing for sure.
Really, really good. Okay, what is one beauty product you cannot live without?
So I recently got introduced to an oil cleanser called Crude Personal Care. I know oil cleansers are all the rage right now. So, but what makes this one different is they include, they're called pull towels. It's kind of like a washcloth, but more gentle. So it's amazing. So one of my things about oil cleansers is I don't like that like feeling after, like it's so kind of greasy. So you take this pull towel, you put it under warm water, and you like circle it off. Really
Ooh, okay. I'm going to link to that afterwards. What did you say the brand was? I didn't recognize it.
It's Crude Personal Care. So like crude oil, which is sort of weird that they named it that.
Funny.
It's not crude oil.
Yeah.
Which would be a terrible thing to put on your face. But yeah, Crude Personal Care. She's a female entrepreneur out of, I think, Salt Lake City. And yes, you have to make sure that you get the pull towel with the oil cleanser, but it's really good.
Oh, cool. Okay, next question. What is the one clothing or accessory item that you cannot live without this spring?
So I recently got a cool pair of sneakers. I used to be basic with my Converse, but I've stepped it up and I got
You're so LA, Lauren.
I know.
Converse.
I know. It's actually a little sad because I realized, like, literally I was walking out the door some days and I had like a backpack, jeans, and Converse, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I've been wearing the same outfit since like 4th grade. So I upgraded, and now I have a cool pair of sneakers. They're from Halogen, which is the Nordstrom's line.
Yes.
And
They make shockingly, because you see that price tag, like they're like $50 or whatever, and you're like, this is gonna be a piece of plastic that like cuts into my feet, and they're really, really good quality.
Really good quality. These are $89, and I got the black ones that have like the white platform, and I swear every time I wear them, people are like, oh, I love your shoes. I got more compliments on this pair of sneakers than anything ever before. And the nice thing is, for anybody who's like commuting or walks a lot, like I feel like I walk around the office all the time, like they're actually more comfortable than flats, and I used to wear a lot of flats too.
Really? So they have a little platform.
Yeah, they have a little platform. They're like cool sneakers. They're not, and what's nice is like they actually look like the pair from Vince, but they're way cheaper.
Ooh,
so
I like that.
Good little hack for you guys.
Cool.
If you can wear sneakers, I recognize that a lot of people probably can't wear sneakers to the workplace, but again, I was working for a tech company where you pretty much wore very casual every day.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, going back to the post today where we talk all about sort of gauging those things, it's definitely very common in technology to be able to wear sneakers. That's something that I struggle with all the time because I have readers who work in very, very formal office environments.
Right.
And I'll have, you know, a post about something more casual or whatever, or reference, you know, wearing sneakers to a workplace, and I'll get messages from those people saying, why are you telling people to wear something that casual? But in fact, you know, that today it's just changing so much that especially in the startup community, being really casual, wearing jeans, wearing sneakers is quite common. So it's just, I mean, it runs the full gamut. There's just no one size fits all, unfortunately. I wish we could all just like agree and be like, hey guys, everyone's wearing scrubs from now on.
Yeah, I always
like,
say
that's
that.
it. You know?
No, it's true. Like, even if you could create your own work uniform, I think somebody did this too. I'll have to find the article, but I think a woman literally wore the same outfit for like 3 months, not like the same pants. I'm sure she had like multiple pairs, but so she
did it in a hygienic way, whatever.
Yeah, like she was like clean about it. And she wore like the same outfit every day. Anyway, the point being is that she talked about how like efficient it is to have a work uniform, and I'm with you, like scrubs, a work uniform, I'm totally down if we can get to the place where we're wearing the same thing every day. It's just at some point it's fun to dress up, but some days like Monday morning or Friday morning especially, you're like, I'm done with this.
Like just you gravitate towards the same things, which is not a bad thing. It's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Okay, my last rapid fire question for you, although I'm the worst at rapid fire questions. I'm always like, let's do rapid fire, and then we talk about one for 10 minutes. What's the best quick piece of career advice you've ever gotten?
The best piece of advice I ever got was to take risk and be comfortable with the uncomfortable. So
that's so true. That's so good.
I just, if you have the opportunity to do something and you're not sure how to do it, or I think as a female, especially, I like everything kind of planned and in its spot. And this person told me, life happens while you're making plans. You got to you're only going to like grow within your career if you're willing to take risk. And it's tough, but man, is that true.
It's so true. I remember when I was working on finance and I first stumbled upon fashion blogs, and I had this idea to start one, but I was like, no, you guys, like, who puts photos of themselves on the internet? That's so embarrassing. That's so narcissistic. Like, I'd be too uncomfortable to ever do that. And obviously it was a great thing. Of course, I cropped my head off in all of my photos forever. But slowly, baby steps for me. Anyway, but no, it's so true. That's so true. That's a great one. Cool. Well, I think the last thing before we hop off is to answer any quick questions that people have. Lauren, have you ever spotted? See, Lauren, you do these webinars all the time, so I feel like, you're a pro at this.
At getting the questions?
Yeah.
Well, it is. It's hard to read and talk at the same time.
It's
so I understand.
It's so difficult. Let's see. Yeah, people are talking about double timing fashion with March Madness. I like it. Oh, and Blair said Matilda Call is the one who said that, or who did that. Thank
Oh,
you, Blair.
the work uniform thing?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
awesome. I'm so happy she put that in there.
Thank you, Blair. Yeah, I feel that like that's something that a lot of people actually do, maybe not in such a literal sense in terms of like wearing the exact pieces every day.
Yeah.
But what I've heard a lot of people do who struggle with what to wear every day is find sort of a uniform in the sense of like, okay, every day I'm going to either wear a different pencil skirt and a blouse, or a different sort of pair of ankle tapered pants with a blazer and a camisole or something like that.
Yeah.
Like they identify sort of 3 outfit types that they feel great in, that works well for their body type, that really is, of course, appropriate for their office. And then they just kind of fill in pieces that fit into those 3 sort of archetypes. And that really makes it easy.
Yeah.
I've never done that, but it's definitely like it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, and I think when you so before I worked in tech, I actually worked in a formal environment, and we had to wear slacks and a suit, like a full suit every day.
Yeah.
And what I would do too is when I would find something that fit, I would buy multiple colors of it, because one of the best things you can do is like buy the pants in black, gray, and like the deep maroon color or whatever. And when they fit and it looks good, then it's so much easier to kind of use that like capsule wardrobe type thinking to just switch them around and keep it easy. So that was my other thing I learned. I don't want to say the hard way, but it was like, if this is going to be my work uniform where I'm going to have different pants and pencil skirts, buy quality, find the ones that fit you, and then buy multiple pairs. Like a lot of people have sort of their go-to brand, like a Theory, a J. Crew, even Target actually had really great work clothes. So
really? Oh. That's
sometimes it's a little bit of a bummer to have to spend a lot of money on work clothes, because you're like, I'm only wearing these Monday through Friday, but so that's another good little hack too. Like Target's actually gotten a lot cuter. And like sometimes it's just the blouse or something like that too.
Yeah. All right, Lauren, there's a couple questions. Someone's wondering if there will be a mentor matching thing on the new platform. I'm guessing that's a Career Contessa question.
So we do, Kelsey, we have a career coaching platform. It's called Hire a Mentor, and you can go on there and browse our mentors and then book a session. Every session is 50 minutes. That's 50. And they'll work with you one-on-one, and whatever personalized career advice or challenge you're having, they'll address it with you. So I think if that's what you're thinking, mentor matching, you basically match yourself based off of the pre-vetted mentors that we have on there.
Okay, and then another question from Mallory is, how long after you graduated college did it take you to find a job that you enjoyed and was a great fit for you? I think that's such a good question, because I hear that from a lot of recent graduates, that they're like, oh, I'm not fulfilled, or you graduate from school, you have this high sense of accomplishment, and you feel like you're gonna jump right into a job of like making C-suite decisions, and you're like, why am I making photocopies? I think that's something that everyone feels, and you just have to be so patient. I think you can't force it. You're not going to be 22, and I mean, unless you're like Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and you want to take that risk, go for it. Not trying to be discouraging of any like young entrepreneurs, but I think that if you're feeling frustrated in your first job and not feeling like you're terribly motivated or challenged, I think that just remember it's so normal. It's something that everyone feels in their first couple years, and that, it's really important to take that time to figure out what you like to do, really network, really sort of read sites like Career Contessa that give you information and exposure to other industries, but be patient.
Yeah, I would also say there's plenty of really great podcasts out there. The one I'm listening to right now is called No Limits with Rebecca Jarvis from ABC News. And she interviews really successful women who are, you know, the New York Times and Marie or Hearst and all these awesome companies. And you'll notice when you listen to them, none of them started in their dream career. They all worked their way up. So sometimes it can just be helpful while you're being patient to stay curious and listen to other people's stories and recognize, like, not having it figured out by 22 doesn't mean that you can't be the next Joanna Coles of Hearst Media, you know, for example.
Yeah, I think that's so true. All right, well, I think that I'm apologizing in advance. We're not going to be able to get to all the questions, but Lauren, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks
and
for having
a lot of your questions, career advice and things like that, we're going to take a note of and make sure that we cover in upcoming career memo posts. But thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
And have a great rest of the night, Lauren. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.